Welcome. I bid you welcome. John Clauser, Johnny Metal, the Metal Dad, coming to you from my music corner of the world. And tonight, it is an absolute honor and a privilege to go through the entire in-depth analysis of the 74 CDs by that Christian parody band called Apologetics. We're going to go through every single CD.
Hey, wait a minute. This is my show.
Thanks,
going on? You're a few minutes late, and all of a sudden it's a My Music Corner takeover.
What's going on, Mike?
Not too much, buddy. How are you doing?
Oh, man. Let me put those monsters down. Oh, man.
Well, I guess I just want to start by saying two things. First of all, Johnny Metal, as you know, we had a mini calamity here this afternoon. The air conditioner unit broke, so I have no air conditioning and it's sweltering hot. I may need to take the odd break to splash some cold water on my face. So just, be aware co-hosting duties involve such pinch hitting. Secondly, is that really 74 CDs all by the same band?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
That case I showed up only has 60. There's more, and there's the most recent ones that I couldn't fit in that case. So,
wow.
What this stack are they took their earlier CDs and they did a remastering so that everything was on like the same volume for listening pleasure.
I understand. Yeah.
So, because the early CDs were all over the place. So, but yeah, that's just how much. That's just how many parodies those guys have done. So, but there you go.
All right. Well, and I see you're wearing an Alter Bridge shirt. I've got the Tim's Vinyl Confession shirt. And the reason I'm wearing this tonight is because there's one band that we're going to be seeing tonight, but you're not going to be seeing my entire CD collection because some of it involves box sets.
Right.
So Aerosmith. If you want to see my copy of the Aerosmith Box of Fire, check out Tim's Vinyl Confessions. We did an episode about 2 or 3 weeks ago on our top 5 Aerosmith albums. And if you want to see my Aerosmith Box of Fire, that is the place to do it. So check out Tim's Vinyl Confessions. Otherwise, we're going to be looking at individual CDs tonight, not my box sets. But the idea here is I've just recently started reorganizing my CD collection. So why don't we look at the A section?
At the A side, yes.
And we have in the house Ash from Australia. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you,
there
Ash.
You go.
Hit subscribe too while you're at it.
That's right. Subscribes are always good. Shanti, how you doing, girl? Christmas tree.
Nice to see you. And
and without putting Roger's comment on there, no, you will not see any from me.
And you know what the funny thing is about I won't put Roger's comment back on the screen, but he's the second person actually to ask about that band today. And happy Friday to Pete Jones and to Davey the Cretin.
That's right.
So anyway, Johnny, we're going to start with you and your collection.
Okay.
Just to give people an idea of what we're going to do. We're going to do 3 rounds each. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I plan on showing everything. So we've decided to do 3 rounds. We're going to divide our collections, our A sections, into roughly 3 stacks. My first stack is going to go from Lee Aaron to AC/DC. Okay. What do you got for your first stack?
So this is you actually saw my first stack.
That is the first stack. Okay.
that was all those apologetic CDs.
Tell my audience who don't know who they are. Tell them what they are.
All right. So for you grab a stack of rock folks out there who have no idea who Apologetics is. So they are basically a Christian version of Weird Al. So imagine that. Okay. So that's what they do. They've been doing it for about a little over 30 years. They've got about over 800 parodies of songs that they've done. 74 CDs, not counting some compilations and stuff thrown in there, but they've been doing this for a long time. Good guys. I did a month where I devoted a month where I just did a little episode every single day. and to those guys last year on my channel. So there you go. So that's who Apologetics are.
Okay, there you go. Where do you want to go from there?
So this is I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my stacks are pretty simple. There's really nothing crazy about a lot of this stuff. So yeah, there you go, Henry. You're right. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that one, Roger. Go ahead.
Let's get this out of the way.
Okay.
We're drinking tonight. This is hard cream soda, strawberry flavored. Wow, I don't think we have that in Canada.
Yeah, I decided to pull this out instead of the heavy stuff. So my wrestling buddy, when we were watching one of the last WWE pay-per-views, oh, good stuff.
Oh, that's creamy.
Very
that's
good.
Delicious.
Yeah, so she brought some even heavier stuff over here. So there was like some kind of a dark stout beer that's like a 10%. I'm like, whew, if I'd be drinking that tonight, I'd be feeling really good by the end of the show. So I figured,
just a 5%, but it's a tall can. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Things could get out of
stuff. Hand. Good stuff. So yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of crazy stuff in this first batch. So you know, who wouldn't start off with a little bit of ABBA, right? You know,
yes. Harrison approves.
And even that new one, which I don't even know if I ever finished listening to this actually, but I think I may have, but you can see Power Up in the back, but there's my stack of AC/DC right there.
Nice. I have a similar stack.
So yes, I even do have a CD version here of TNT of the Australian version.
No, flip it around. We want to see the track list. Yeah, because these have completely different track lists. TNT isn't even an album in North America. That's a nice find. I have an Australian AC/DC as well. This is beautiful.
So after that, it's pretty much just all the normal stuff that you can, you know, all the 300,000 all the 300,000 reissues they've done of these, I guess. But so let me just put that. And here, I'll just let this be my next stack, since you can see this now on over at my music corner.
Yeah, here we go.
There's a little stack of Accept here for you. Again, nothing very out of the ordinary here. Just a lot of stuff that you could probably find, a lot of different reissues. I have Restless and Wild in this collection. I just have to Tim, to answer that question, I was an AC/DC fan in late elementary school and the junior high. I just kind of lost track of them and just never gave them a chance. But when you guys did an AC/DC show, that's what said, okay, I think I need just to listen to the Brian Johnson era a little more closer. But I do have a copy of Eat the Heat. That's the only thing that was missing in the CDs. That's
who Tim's talking about.
Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry. Wrong band. Yes. Well, that's coming. That's coming. But anyway, so with Accept, yes, I do have a copy of Eat the Heat on vinyl. So I do have a copy of that. So I don't. So there's my first round. Again, nothing overly crazy and ridiculous in this first little stack.
We'll see some of those bands and some of those CDs and some of those editions of those CDs as well in my collection. But like I said, we're going to start with some Canadian Lee Aaron. And the first one here is the Lee Aaron Project, also known as a self-titled Lee Aaron. It's our very first album, I believe, on Attic. And I inherited this from my late Uncle Don in 2020 from his CD collection. Another Lee Aaron self-titled. This is from 1987. Joe Lynn Turner co-wrote some tunes on this Lee Aaron.
That is a very nice. That's also a very nice cover, if I don't say so myself.
Oh my God, I got it for Christmas on cassette that year, and I think my uncle made that very same comment. Lee Aaron Powerline, the best of. That's personally my favorite Lee Aaron. personally speaking.
Yes.
But let's not be too sexist here. She's a fantastic singer. She's got such a great gravelly voice.
Yes.
A rare
Yes, she
promo
does.
single. Odds of Love, rare promo single. Autographed, the best of. This has some unreleased material on it. This was a mail order only album. Had a live version of Baby Go Round, which is one of her more recent tracks. Really good stuff. And one of her more recent albums, Radio On, with Sean Kelly on lead guitar. Wow. There's Sean right there. Facebook buddy Sean Kelly. This is a great album. Great album. You already showed some Accept. So here's my Accept. I don't have as much as you, and I also have some on vinyl. Don't mind that.
There's an E8.
Love this album.
Love Metal. That's the tour I saw him on.
Love it.
Yep.
This is my favorite of the Tornillo era. Stalingrad. The Battle of Stalingrad. Symphonic Terror. Incredible live album with a symphony and lots of classical pieces, because Wolf does that on the side. Too Mean to Die. And a very rare Japanese copy of Blind Rage with bonus track. Final Journey, I think it is. Either way, I will be talking about that on your Music Corner of the World at some point in the future. Right. And then we have my stack of AC/DC, and you'll just have to while I pick up this stack, because it is a big stack of rock. I have a lot of AC/DC, and this does not include the Bonfire box set or the big amplifier, whatever the hell, Backtracks.
Yeah, Backtracks.
2 CD version of AC/DC Live. I have all the AC/DC remasters, but I did steal the Angus dollar bill from the previous edition and snuck it in this. This one didn't come with the dollar bill.
Oh, okay.
It's an unfortunate oversight. Otherwise, we have all the remasters here that you've already seen in John's collection, although I also have this tribute album, Thunderbolt, featuring, the usual cast of characters from those tribute albums. Bobby Blotzer, John Aldrett, Sebastian Bach, John Corabi. I also have, I don't know if you had this version of Rocker Bust with the cool lenticular cover.
Lenticular? Yes, I do, actually. Yes.
You do. There you go. That's a fun version to have. Here's a good one. This is a German-only version of Live at River Plate. This, which I had to get from Germany, comes with 3 extra tracks.
Ooh.
Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution, If You Want Blood, and the very rarely heard What's Next to the Moon. So that's a cool one right there. Nice. Iron Man soundtrack, I think you had that. Black Ice, which came with a couple of different
variant
covers. Rare promo single for Satellite Blues. This one has like a radio shout out for the album. I think that's the only one I don't have remastered. I have a Highway to Hell live 4-track CD single, which I also have in a long box way back there on my shelf. You can see the long box AC/DC. Oh, yeah. Then we're into. Sorry, this is out of Ryan Adams. You don't go there. Ryan Adams, you have to wait for your next turn. CD single for Heat Seeker. Now this is cool because it is a 3-inch CD single.
Oh yeah, very cool.
And it has the adapter ring on there, the white adapter ring. This has an unreleased track on it called Snake Guy.
Okay.
And here's my Australian Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. And there is the back cover of my Australian Dirty Deeds.
Just a little bit of a different track listing there. Jailbreak added in there.
It's got Rock in Peace, which was otherwise unavailable. 2 CD edition of Stiff Upper Lip with a bonus live disc. And also this bonus live, I can't remember the whole story behind all this stuff, but you had to get all these discs to get all the tracks. So Stiff Upper Lip with 2 different bonus discs. Oh, yeah, a bootleg. Rarer rarities. I bought this because it has the early single with Dave Evans, Can I Sit Next to You, Girl, and Rockin' in the Parlor. So that's why I bought that. That's also artwork from the Australian High Voltage, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
I just got to be careful my discard pile doesn't tip. This is a cool one. A Back in Black dual disc.
Oh, yes.
So you open this baby up. Yeah. So you can play a CD side or a DVD side. And the DVD side has a really cool documentary. I have posted a review of that and some screenshots.
Ashley's already saying we need Australian versions of High Voltage and Let There Be Rock. So.
Well, Ashley, I'm afraid that I don't have much more. My last AC/DC is this one, radio broadcast EP, Can I Get Next to You, Girl?
Yeah.
With just 5 tracks, but good tracks. And okay, so I'm going to put these down and then I'm going to catch up on the comments.
Okay.
So just don't mind me. Oh, there goes AC/DC Live.
Whoops.
Okay, so in the comments. Okay, we have a lot to catch up on. Oh boy. I think this is where we left off. In Australia, we had a movie made for ABBA's 77 Australia tour called ABBA the Movie. Cool. I don't know why we're disqualified here, but we are apparently.
I think he counted Lee Aaron as an L.
Oh God, let's not even go there. We're going to do a whole show on filing. And Davy Cretin is an honorary Canadian citizen by virtue of this. Yes. Alexis on Fire first became of that band. We saw Russian. Yes. That's funny. I like that. They thought they were fan-made shirts of Alex Lifeson. That's alphabetical old school, not modern, I think. In regard to Roger, Lee Aaron is his awesome stuff. Ash,
yeah.
Way to go. Almost died watching them twice. That's a story there, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure.
Rock Bottom Revolution. I don't know that one. That might be one of her newer ones. I haven't been keeping up. I'm really sorry about that. Oh, Henry. Okay, let me introduce you. We will chat. Restless and Wild. And he has a lot of time for Eat the Heat, even though it gets crap on. Thank you.
Stay tuned for that, Ashley. That will be coming in a couple of weeks on Up to the Limit.
Pete Jones has discarded most of his stacks, as a lot of people have, as did the air conditioner repairman that came into this room earlier today. Man, I know I do. The knowledge is still there, Peter. That's the important thing. That's right. Peter is the knowledge man. And yes, Cretin, we have talked about that, and we shall talk further. On to Johnny Clouser's next stack. Where are we headed?
All right. So this is one where I've got a little bit of a hodgepodge before I get to like the bulk of a couple of things. So
okay.
So the cover is going to be a little tough to see here, but this is a band called According to John with an album.
Oh, I didn't know you had an album out.
Yeah, really. No. So this is an album called Beyond What I See. This is a Christian rock album. Best way to describe them, just Christian rock. It's about the best way I can really describe them. They had there was one particular song on here that was like a big radio hit on the Christian mainstream charts called "Song of Jabez," which was a very good track. This is something that I showed on Bicycle Legs' channel once. This is a group of a trio called, I think they call themselves After Class. And let's see, there's the CD there, but what this is this is just like a acoustic guitar, mandolin, fiddle, hammered dulcimer, Irish tunes, Civil War era style tunes.
That's cool.
Absolutely beautiful CD. You can probably find this on Spotify. I don't think it's hard to come across CD copies of these as far as I know. I found this at a really random gift shop about 15, 20 years ago. But this is an absolute beautiful CD. Aftermath.
I like that cover art.
Yeah. So
Very
this was, yes. So this is a I have to remember what these guys sound like. I only listened to this a couple of times. Ashley, no, they're not like, I wouldn't say they're like Petra. I think maybe a little different now than that. But anyway, this is, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, kind of a thrashy band. They were only around a certain small period of time. This came out on you can't really see that, on Dive Bomb Records out of Western Pennsylvania. These guys are known for obscure bands who just had demo stuff or just stuff going around the tape trading areas. and Aftermath, and probably a couple of other bands I'll show up here fall into that category. But pretty good CD. This, I kind of went through a big dive bomb phase where I started buying a bunch of stuff just because I just wanted to hear what some of it sounded like. And yeah, one day I'll get around to it. Now here's a band I'm sure you all will recognize.
Aha!
Now, this is the 30th anniversary, or I think it's a 30th anniversary. This is a deluxe edition.
Nice. Let's see that spine again. Do the Tim Derling thing. Yeah, there we go. That's what we call the Derling. Especially when it goes right over your eyes like that. That's the Derling.
So this is a 2 CD set with bonus tracks, a lot of 7-inch mix demo tracks, maybe a few live versions here and there. But this, of course, is the classic album with Take On Me and The Sun's Always Shines on TV and some of their classic era that people know. And then there's another Aha. This was the unplugged one. This was the unplugged one that they did where they broke the internet when they did Take On Me, but much slower. And oh my God, I think the first time I heard it, I think I broke into tears. It's just it really is a beautiful, beautiful version. I think this is one everybody knows. Little Allman Brothers here and a Fat Boy there.
That's lovely. I love the old Fat Boys.
Yeah, good Fillmore East. Now my next stack. Oh, actually, not quite my next stack, but little Alter Bridge. No, I know I don't have the first one. I purged it a long time ago, but I went back and eventually picked up more of them.
Can you give Liz a shout out real quick?
Oh, hey, well, you're with Roger. No wonder you're a little grumpy tonight. But of course, I'm kidding. I love you, Roger. I love you, Roger. No, come on, Liz. You're cool. We'll give you a shout out. Hang in there, Liz. Just beat him up a little bit. But if y'all notice this shirt that I'm wearing, this is. Here, let me just stand up.
There we go.
So I got this in 2019 when I saw them in concert. And these were left over, I think, from the VIP experience that they had that night. And they sold them until they got them out. So I saw this, thought I'd snag it up just to get fun, just to have a fun, different T-shirt to see them with. And so there you go. But I'll tell you, great band to see live. Oh yeah, I know this is a little unusual, but yeah, I had a Miles Kennedy stuck in there too. So
well, you file him with Alter Bridge because he is the singer of Alter Bridge, is he not?
Yes, he is. Angelica, rock, stock, and barrel Christian metal band. These guys, yeah. There you go. Actually, this is a good CD. It's been a little while since I listened to it, but it is a really good CD. I like this one very much. I did this one with Peter Kerr, little Emil and the Sniffers. Punk, Australian punk.
Of course it would be.
And yeah, just go back and find that show and watch that one, and you can learn all about Emil and the Sniffers. So there you go. And then my last little stack here is just some Anthrax. So
we'll be seeing more Anthrax shortly.
So there you go. There's my next set.
I knew Ash would be on board with that. I knew that.
Yes, I thought you might.
Oh, come on, Roger. My God, this is why he's not on the show tonight. And Alan, I feel a warmth. Like when it's creamy, but I feel that warmth. But I'm not drunk yet. We need to get there. Okay, so we did AC/DC. My second stack is going to be entirely Ryan Adams and Aerosmith.
Okay.
So I only have two Ryan Adams technically. Demolition, which I love. A lot of people, I'm gonna swear, so a lot of people shit all over this album, but there's a song, the opening track, Nuclear. I love Nuclear. It's just a great song. I really like this album a lot, but I really also love Love Is Hell, parts 1 and 2. A couple great songs on here. He does a really slow, somber, haunting version of Wonderwall, and a track called "This House Is Not for Sale," which has nothing to do with Bon Jovi, but it's uplifting. And
Okay.
my favorite song, "Love Is Hell." I don't see it, but anyway, trust me, it's on there because this is the Love Is Hell EP. A lot of people say Ryan Adams' Gold is his best album. A lot of people say it's rock and roll, but I don't. I like these. And Pete Jones, is he trolling? Is he trolling? Is that
I
trolling?
don't know. I bet he likes that. I think he likes the Reckless album.
Yeah, but that's Brian Adams.
Well, yeah, that's
Brian,
true. You're right.
That's Brian. And the reason I say is he trolling is because Ryan Adams has been known to walk off stage in a huge harumph if anybody requested play Summer of '69. Like he's legendary.
Yes.
He has started to play Summer of '69 live. He started to play it, but for years he would walk off the stage if somebody requested Summer of '69.
Oh man,
I think Pete was nodding and winking at us this time.
Whoops.
Okay, so the next part is going to be boring to anybody who doesn't like Aerosmith. But here we go. Oh, this is a huge, gigantic stack of Aerosmith, and this does not include any of the Columbia records that are in the Box of Fire, because that's a whole other show. That's the that's the Tim Derling episode. You can see it there. So these are not organized according to year like I would normally do it, and I'm sorry for talking with my back to the camera. Habit. Okay, so these are not in numerical order. They are not in alphabetical order. They are just all Aerosmith. We'll start with the 3-disc edition of Music from Another Dimension, which came with a DVD and 3 bonus tracks in this really handsome package. But that's not all the bonus tracks, as you will see, because as you know, I collect Japanese imports. As seen on Tim's Vinyl Confessions, my leather copy of Hump. Ooh, it's tight. There we go. There we go. You can see the embossed Arrow logo there. Very nice. Take a closer look on Tim's Vinyl Confessions. My Japanese import of Permanent Vacay. No bonus tracks, just a really nice Japanese import. CD single for Living on the Edge with 4 bonus tracks, including 2 remixes.
I remember having that actually.
This was good. Yep. This was a big seller. This was the kind of thing that you saw regularly in stores.
I think that's the album that I got off the Aerosmith train with was that album.
This one that I just picked up. Get a Grip, the cowhide cover. This is actually kind of when I started to lose interest as well.
Yeah.
Take a closer look again on TVC. Here I am plugging Tim's show. The check must be in the mail. A bunch of CD singles. We have Eat the Rich, Crazy for You Baby, and Shut Up and Dance. All of them have B-sides, remixes, Crazy orchestral, acoustic, Head First, unreleased track Head First on the Eat the Rich single. And this one has orchestral mixes of Crazy and a Smokey Bar mix of Line Up. So there's always a reason that I have a CD single. I generally don't just buy them willy-nilly. Here's another stack. Nothing special. Oh, Dude Looks Like a Lady single. Loving an Elevator live and Walk This Way live. The other side single, we showed this off on another episode, has the Wayne's World theme on this, among other things. The Wayne's World theme. Nothing special here. Big Ones. Young Lust, the Aerosmith anthology. Oh yeah, with the lenticular cover. That's nice. That's nice. Another CD single here. Falling in Love is So Hard on the Knees. Had a track called Fall Together. And this is a European edition of 9 Lives, which has another bonus track that's not on the American one called Falling Off. So we Fall Together and Falling Off. And Falling Off is a Joe Perry lead vocal.
Right.
So it's a little dusty for good reason, because it's the CD single for Jaded. Lots of unreleased stuff on here. Angel Eye, theme from Charlie's Angels, I think it was. Under the Skin. This is a sort of a expanded reissue of the classic Aerosmith Greatest Hits, retitled Aerosmith Greatest Hits 73 to 93 because it includes the remix of Sweet Emotion, that was big in the 90s. Also has One Way Street live, which I think might be exclusive to this. And it's a great version of One Way Street. I've lost track of where I am. I think that's it, except for this stack. CD single For What It Takes in a nice little digipack embossed cover.
Oh,
wow. This one might have, this has a remix, CHR Radio remix. Done with mirrors with the mirrored cover. You can get it.
That was the only time I ever saw him was on that tour.
Cool.
And they stunk.
Japanese EP, Vacation Club, with remixes of lots of stuff and an extended version of Ragdoll and a B-side called Once Is Enough, which is a country kind of tune.
Oh, there you go.
Promo EP, I think this is for Blind Man, different remixes. This was given to me from Kevin Semister from Canadian Grooves. I think this is their last release, actually. The Road Starts Here. I may be wrong. There may be a more recent one. Single for I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, featuring Taste of India rock remix and Animal Crackers from the soundtrack. Oh, but here's a Japanese version with bonus tracks.
Oh,
this has an entire bonus disc with California Jam live stuff on it. Bootleg CD, Aerosmith Unplugged. Nice, good performance. Good. Oh, and there's a picture of them on Wayne's World.
Oh yeah, okay.
This is a good one. I enjoyed Rocks Donington, 2012. I enjoyed that. That has a DVD with it. I have to make a new discard pile here because I'm running out of space. I keep buying Aerosmith songs that I hate, but hey, here's a Japanese EP for Pink. This has 6 tracks on it altogether. Live stuff from 1997, a remix by Moby. And this might be their most recent release. This is that new Aerosmith Greatest Hits. This is the 6 CD Japanese version, which came with the 3 standard CDs that you got in North America and 3 live albums. And each live album has 2 songs from 5 different eras of Aerosmith. So it'll be like 2 songs from 77, 2 songs from 79, 2 songs from 87,
Right.
I will catch up on these. I'm starting to break a sweat. Aerosmith Angel, 3-inch CD. 3-inch CD with the plastic. Yeah, you can tell I'm rushing now. Very best of Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Aerosmith, amazing. This is a Japanese single. Doesn't have anything on it that I needed, but hey, it's a Japanese single. This album sucks. I don't think this one's very good either. This is a Japanese version of Live at the Hard Rock Cafe with bonus tracks. This is a dual disc of Live at the Hard Rock Cafe with a DVD on the other side.
Good.
And here we are at the end with the Japanese version of Music from Another Dimension with 2 exclusive bonus tracks called Shaky Ground and I'm Not Talking. That's the Aerosmith.
Woo.
Okay.
That's a lot of Aerosmith right there, folks.
A lot of Aerosmith.
Well, Pete Jones, if you do make that T-shirt, I will buy it.
Okay. Let's catch up here. Okay. I have no idea. Wow. Okay. Bryan Adams is a dick. I don't think I've ever heard that. It's Ryan Adams that's known to be the dick. Did he learn that from Axl Rose? He may have. Oh God, just to stop.
Say no
more. Thank you, Chris, from one man to another. Okay, well, man, I don't know. I don't want to talk about Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
That is 3 discs too many.
Oh, boy.
Okay, yeah. I approve of that, Ellen. I approve. Liz hates Aerosmith, so Liz, come on. Cut us some slack here. My air conditioner unit broke. I'm sweating here for you, Liz. I'm sweating for you. It's more than he ever does.
Right.
Cowhide cover. That's cool, John. And I was telling Tim on his show that every single Cowhide cover is different. It's not the same pattern. You get a different pattern on every single one. So John's is different. Where is the promo FINE fines? Oh, you were going to send me one, weren't you? Is that what that means? I think. I'm not doing any karaoke.
I'm trying to
Year of
remember
the Priest.
I'm trying to remember who was doing the karaoke on the Year of the Priest.
I can't remember.
I
Jake
need,
from
I
Not
need to,
State Farm. It was Jake. It was Jake.
it was
Jake
either
did a lot of
Jake,
singing.
I think Chase did too. Yeah, after that I'm a little fuzzy. So
There's a good comment there from Pete Jones on that
yes.
Aerosmith Unplugged. They did that great unplugged version of
anytime anytime somebody does a Robert Johnson song is always a good. If they do it well, that's usually a good thing. So.
Oh God, there. At least he found context to use this comment in, but Lulu keeps haunting me. Wow, look at that! All these really cool gigs, man. I've never seen Aerosmith for the record. I've never seen Aerosmith, and yeah, Deep Purple could steal the show. I do have. No, I don't have Airborne. Sorry, I don't.
And I neither do I. When I saw Aerosmith, it was with Mirrors tour. It was a split. It was a kind of a co-headline with Ted Nugent. Nugent just was wiping the stage with him, and he was
really,
and that was it was on. He was touring Little Miss Dangerous, but no, Nugent wiped the stage with him. Aerosmith looked like they were dialing it in the entire time. It just didn't look like they were. They just didn't look like they were. They didn't look like they wanted to be there. I wasn't driving, so I was having a ride. And unfortunately, I missed getting to hear Dream On because that was part of the encore set. And Dream On has always been one of my favorite Aerosmith songs. But from classmates I heard the next day, they said Dream On sounded awful. Tyler was all over the place vocally and just sounded terrible. So anyway, but so there you go. But well.
You know what? I like Ted Nugent's music. I have several Ted Nugent albums. The last one I bought was oh God, I can't remember the name of the album, but it had a song on there that I loved called "I Love My Barbecue Just Like Canadians Do." You know, he name dropped a whole bunch of countries that like their barbecue.
After Little Miss Dangerous, I don't know. I know I've not heard anything he's done since. So except for the stuff with Damn Yankees, but that was about it.
Yeah.
But anywho, okay, so I guess
that's another show. That's the end section.
Yes, that's the end section. That'll be a long time until we get to that, probably. Goals, man, goals. All right, well, I guess I'll start my next little stack here. So, in reference,
this is our last round. This is the last round, or it should be anyway.
Okay,
if we're doing this right.
This one will be a really simple, quick rush round. But in mentioning a band that Tim talked about earlier, Little April Wine.
Oh, so nice. We're gonna do a zoom in because I love that cover art. That's nice too.
Oh,
but let's see them both again.
All right, so that's
I love that. Love it.
There's Live at the El Macombo. I actually found that on vinyl too. All the Rockers, Greatest Hits Live 2003, a 2-disc set, One for the Road, and this is the King Biscuit
Live, that's nice,
which is a very good set. And then you saw all this. You saw all this on the. If you watch the Grant's Rock Warehouse show, there's all my studio CDs.
So there's a man right there that does qualify as a Canadian citizen because of all that April wine.
Yes. Yes. Anvil has, and I don't have any I have an Anvil vinyl, but I don't have any CDs. Let's see.
I do, and we shall see them. I also have Anvil vinyl. This is 13 has a bonus track on vinyl.
Let's see what else we have here. So, this will be okay. So this will be my last little bunch here. So, this here is you can't really see the title of it, but Arduini and Ballack. So this is Vic Arduini, who is in in Fate's Warning on the first couple of albums.
Okay.
Butch Ballack, whom you've seen on the Contrarians and Larry of the Alchemist, also was the singer for a band called Argus.
Okay.
This is like a Doom project thing they did, a Doom metal thing. So this is kind of like, oh gosh, maybe a Trouble on steroids kind of thing, maybe.
Ooh.
This is actually a very cool CD. You could probably, I don't know if you can, I don't know if they still have CD copies of this, but I know you can get it off Bandcamp. But I was listening through this again, and I forgot this is actually a really fun CD. I think Butch just contributes lyrics and vocals, but Vic pretty much did all the music here. Let's see. Okay, so this you'll probably see a little bit more of later on with Mike, perhaps, but this for my Armored Saint series. There's all the studio CDs with a couple of like nod to the old school and a couple of other things thrown in there. What else is in there? Novice Delirious Nomad. Yeah, that's pretty much it there. Let's see. Audio Adrenaline. This is a CD single for a single of theirs called Some Kind of Zombie. Fun little B-side on this one. They do a VeggieTales song. A very interesting version of a VeggieTales song. That yes, Audio Adrenaline is a Christian band. They do the Hairbrush song. So, oh, where is my hairbrush? But they do it in a very Audio Adrenaline like style. It's actually really
don't know. I've never heard of that song.
Yes, just yeah. Okay, there's another Dive Bomb album here. This is Autumn Silence. This is kind of a power metal vibe, if my memory serves me correctly. This is just a bunch of demo stuff that they did, and again collected on a CD, and then they gave it a really nice cover. So
some of those covers are outstanding.
Yeah, Dive Bomb does some really good work. I'm really proud of what they do with them. Let's see, Avenged Sevenfold, Life's But a Dream. I had some other stuff, but I think I purged it in over time. Azrael. This is another Dive Bomb album called Television Slave. This is basically 2 albums on one CD. Very thrash metal, pretty much. Pretty good band.
Looks very Anthraxy.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. It's about the right time. Abattoir. I bet I had that back in the day, but I don't have it anymore. But I bet I had it way back in the day. This is a band called Azusa. So this was born out of a band called Extol, essentially. I'm not really sure exactly how to describe these guys, but they're very good. It's a very good band, kind of a technical, I don't know, proggy. They kind of had their own little thing going. So I don't really know exactly how to describe them, but it's a very good band because I love Extol. Anyway,
almost sounds like a car from Japan. Like, hey, honey, can you go start the Azusa?
Yeah, there you go. So these I pulled out of the other stuff because I had them filed differently. But Ray Alder and his second solo album just called 2 from Fate's Warning. So very good album there.
We've seen 2 Fate's Warning side projects in your A's.
There's more.
Oh, there's more.
There's A to Z. This features Ray on vocals as well as Mark Zonder on drums.
That album cover. So to be honest,
the album cover is crazy, but the album absolutely rocks.
I don't think the artwork does justice.
No, it doesn't. But it's a very strong album. Absolutely great album to listen to. And then the last of my Fate's Warning side projects here, Arch Mathios. So that's John Arch, the original singer, and Jim Mathios teaming up, and they've done a couple CDs over time. Very strong albums. Very good to hear John Arch on vocals, singing with Jim again. And I believe Joey Vera might even play bass on these. So I'm not 100% on that. And then the very last thing I'm going to show, which I think you mentioned in your thing, little ASAP.
Hey, there it is.
I'll pull the cover back so that you don't get demonetized for this one because of the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should do a little. But I also have a cassette of this too. So this is I love this album. I know people kind of crap on it. I love Silver and Gold. I loved it back in the day when it came out, and I truly believe it was a reason why Iron Maiden kind of went down the tubes. after he left, because I
Mhm.
just could not get into No Prayer for the Dying or Fear of the Dark.
Yeah, with you there.
So there you go. That is my A section.
All right, well, let's finish up my A section. I have one. I'm going to take the headphones off here. Old cracky back. One large stack. Oh. Oh.
Have a good good episode with Peter and Martin. Pete Jones, go get them.
Oh, yep. Take care, Pete. All right, so we will start at the top here with some Alice in Chains. But you know what? Actually, before I do this, I'm going to make a new discard pile. This is a very tricky process, people. It's a very tricky process. Okay, so nothing special, just facelift. But I always liked colored jewel cases. I protected my devil. The devil put dinosaurs here in a plastic baggie sandwich bag. I have the yellow case of the self-titled with the purple spine. There is a purple case with yellow spine that is far more rare, but that's in mint condition. Rainier Fog never got into the album, but cool cover. You can see the cutout there with the eye. That's cool. Got to give Alice in Chains credit for doing it packaging right. They usually have done something special with packaging. Rare version of Jar of Flies and Sap in one set from Europe. CD single for Heaven Beside You with some live stuff. Black gives way to blue, just protected in a baggie because these cardboard cases can get scuffy. Nothing safe, best of the box in the original orange case. And for good measure, I stole an orange case from another copy and put it on my Alice in Chains Unplugged. And then we just have dirt. I have one AFI CD. And okay. I like this one. Sing the Sorrow. It's very pop punk, but on the hard rock side of it. And I like it. It's not as screamy as their old stuff. This was given to me by Thor on Facebook, my friend Thor from Denmark. It's a 2 CD Japanese import of the band Anthem, and it has an extra thick jewel case, which I don't know if you can tell. You can tell.
Yes.
You can tell. You can see that.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, you can see it.
Then we're into my Anthrax. I don't have anything particularly special here, except for one thing, which we showed off on your show way back last summer. I have Sound of White Noise, but I also have a rare promo single for Cowboy Song from Sam the Record Man. So I stuck that in there as a bonus disc. Otherwise, there's nothing special here. Johnny Metal has all these Anthrax. Ooh, okay. Moving that discard pile down. We get into my Anvil. I guess I don't have as much Anvil as I thought. I have This Is 13 on vinyl with bonus track, but we have this cool compilation here. This is or is this a compilation? Yes, it is. Monument of Metal compilation album. We have Hope in Hell with 2 bonus tracks, Hardwired and Fire at Will. We have Backwaxed Remastered. And we have my favorite Anvil album, Juggernaut of Justice, with bonus tracks, The Station and Tonight Is Coming, and also an iTunes exclusive bonus track called What I Want to Be, which I burned onto a recorded CD.
There you go.
So there's my Anvil. Not a lot, but, you know. And then we have Apathy, or Peace, Sinister. Did you know that the 2 brothers each pronounce their name differently?
I do. Yeah. I don't know why. I forget why they do that, but yes.
I don't know why. But there's Vinny Appice, and then we have Carmine Apiece with Guitar Zeus. And check out this jewel case. This is beautiful, this jewel case. I found this used in Toronto. But it's sparkly. Oh, wow. You see that sparkle?
Yes, I do. That is sparkly.
And you know, it reminds
you. Do you use any Windex to keep it extra sparkly by chance?
Yeah. I think you showed this one off earlier.
Yes,
all the rockers.
I did.
Oh, here's an artist I want to spotlight real quick.
Okay.
Dave Arcadi from Scotland. This is a
Ah,
brilliant
okay.
album. I discovered him through a friend, a Scottish musician named James McCurry. And he was friends with Dave Arcadi. And I started following this guy on Facebook, and he plays steel guitar. He's got a really rough, gravelly voice, Scottish accent, and he sings like beautiful, like not beautiful, I guess you'd say. He's really gravelly. It's awesome, powered up, drinking bluegrass songs. I love this album.
So Tom Waits singing bluegrass, in other words,
Yeah, with a Scottish accent though.
with a Scottish accent. Yeah.
and wicked steel guitar stuff.
Huh.
Here's a local band, a Rebel Few, As the Crow
Okay.
Flies. Local guys. They
All
haven't
right,
done they haven't done a follow-up.
Yeah.
I'm going to show my entire Arkells collection here in one shot, but not in great detail because you can look at my Arkells collection in another episode where we ranked all of their albums.
Yep.
But here is all 11, I think, Arkells albums. Into the home stretch, we have my Armored Saint. Not a lot here. In fact, I think I have more than this. At least I thought I had more than this. But my favorite being the one that we talked about on Your Music Corner, The World.
Yes.
Love that album. I think this came from my late mother-in-law's music collection. But, I like jazz, and I have a small jazz collection.
Yeah, I forgot to pull that down. I actually have a box set of Louis Armstrong stuff up in that top section there. I forgot to pull that down. I didn't think about that.
Nice. Okay, you showed this.
Yep.
But you didn't show this.
Yeah, I would love to get those CD singles. Actually, I've been
promo.
starting to eye those. I've been starting to eye those out a little bit on Discogs.
This was cheap when I got it. It has a 12-inch remix of Silver and Gold
Mhm.
and an alternate version of Blood Brothers and a song called Fighting Man. And I don't know if that's on. I don't think Fighting Man's on this. No. I also have a 12-inch single on vinyl, but it's a different one. And brain fart couldn't tell you what it is.
Peter Kerr, I see you.
Oh, is Peter here? Hello, Peter. I'll see you tomorrow, my friend.
Oh, yes. I should have pulled that out too. Yes. Good CD.
Yeah. So maybe Johnny, maybe you can explain real quick.
Al Atkins. So he was the original Judas Priest singer before Rob Halford, folks. So
the founder, in fact.
Founder, in fact, yes.
Yeah.
So if y'all do yourself a favor, track that CD down. It's actually really not that bad of a CD. It's pretty good. You got a good track listing there. He actually does a slightly longer version of Caviar and Meths.
Yeah,
not the 14-minute version that we've all heard about, but it's nothing like what you hear on the Rockarola CD, which I believe the digital version of the remastered version dropped today. New physical copy coming in November for Rockarola, remixed and remastered. So for Priest fans, if you haven't heard that news, check it out. It's a good CD. I liked it. I thought it was a good one.
All right, this is it. 2 more bands left.
Boom.
And so everybody who was wondering if we were going to see certain bands, I'm really sorry, but you're not going to see them. I liked one album by these guys. One album only, Audio Slave. I thought the debut was fucking balls out perfection, and the second and third did not live up. I'm sorry, but that's the case. This needs a reissue with a bonus disc of rarities, because they did have rarities. I had this, what they called the civilian demos before the album came out, and it had a song on there called We Got the Whip, which is great, but it's not on the album. I also have this bootleg here. These are just CDRs that I made. Audio Slave live in Milan, Italy. just a CDR that I made. And finally, I posted earlier in the week that I did not have the one big album by this band, and I only had this one, Loud and Clear by Autograph. But there it is, Loud and Clear by Autograph. Title track's pretty good. I don't remember too much about the rest of it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's my A section. I have nothing else to show.
Look at that. We managed to knock that out in an hour. That's
I
good.
didn't have to take an air conditioning break. But I did not finish my beverage. I'd say I've done about half. But I am feeling it because I'm a lightweight.
Yeah. Well, I can say I did finish this. So so
good
there
for
you
you.
go. Well,
let's
hey.
catch up on these comments because they were rolling right in.
Yes.
Where did we leave off? We left off with Pete Jones. No, we left off with there we go, Cretan. Adrian Smith. Yes, we have seen now some Adrian Smith. I used to own some Psycho Motel stuff, but I sold it, which I wish I didn't. Pete Jones, I can't wait to talk to you another time about music and everything else. Yes, his songwriting and his melodic pre-written guitar solos.
Yes,
Yannick just kind of improvises and wails. Adrian composes. And that's not a knock against Yannick, because now that they have 3 guitar players, it's a beautiful balance. Yeah, I don't think they ever don't play Fear of the Dark. I don't know if they've ever dropped that song since 1992.
Ashley, I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I wish I could see that tour just so I could say I saw an Iron Maiden tour with them not playing Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, or Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Right. I can do without those as well. And it's just because we've got plenty of versions.
There's plenty of versions out there.
Ashley, I too love Jar of Flies. It's a very special EP. I have a lot of really kind of melancholy memories that go with it that I won't bore you with, but maybe will be good for a show another day. You know, Henry, Alice in Chains are hit and miss for me. I think their best albums are Dirt.
Mm-hmm.
The self-titled album has grown on me a lot, but it's really hard to get into. I mean, they were falling apart at the seams at that point. And I think The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here is fucking brilliant. I really do.
Yeah, I've never checked out any of the post-Lane Alice in Chains stuff.
Man, there are a lot of bands here that I haven't even heard of.
Yeah.
The Animals. Yes, good one. Good mention,
yes.
Henry. Yes. Oh, I've heard of that.
I know Adrenaline Mob, but I don't know Adrenaline OD.
I recognize that title because if you've heard it once?
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Angel and of course, yeah, I need to get me some Angel Witch at some point, but
Asia. We haven't seen any Angel either, but no. That's okay. I hope to get more jazz in my collection. I just got this Oscar Peterson trio a couple of weeks ago, so I hope to get more jazz in my collection. What a Wonderful World. Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Albert Ayler. I don't know that one. See, it's great that we have so many artists here that I'm hearing about. And I will see Peter tomorrow for, oh shoot, I don't know where I put my copy, but we're doing ELP. And I did not know this.
Yeah,
I did not know this.
Yep. Oh, I've heard that. Yeah. Yeah. Dee Snider had a story about that because Billy plays on Be Cruel to Your School. And
right.
He talks about that in his book. In fact, I think his partner, I think, did some work with some of the videos on Twisted Sister. But yes,
Roger, I'm going to come back to this comment. The reason I'm going to come back to this comment is because it's a good topic to go out on. Not Avril Lavigne, but what I'm going to talk about. So we'll come back to this. Audio Slave, but haven't listened to them lately. Give the first one a try. Trust me. Oh man, now these guys are going at it. I don't know if Blondes and Black Hearts is on the second album, Davey. Can't remember the title, but it has a red cover. Better be. Well, I gotta finish it. I opened it. Dirt is not the best, but God bless you, Davey Cretan. I think Jar of Flies is the best, honestly. Audio Vent. I don't know that one.
You got me.
Albert is very free hardcore jazz, not for the faint of heart. I have to go. Thank you, Henry, for watching. Really appreciate it. Okay. So Davey is correct. And I do have Avril Lavigne. And you want to know why? Because her second album is freaking great. It was made with Rain Maida and Chantal Kreviazuk. And it's freaking great. And that's why I have Avril Lavigne in my collection. But we won't get there till we do the L's. Because it gets filed in her last name. It's library rules. And this is the point that I want. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, and I was going to say, if it's a person's name like Elton John or Alice Cooper or Avril Lavigne
I
or
can't
something
believe you
like
just
that.
mentioned. Oh fuck. Okay, I'm interrupting you right now. I'm interrupting you right now because we had this discussion. Christian submitted the artwork for the show, this wonderful artwork, and up in this corner here, where you see my Arkells album, he had Alice Cooper, who gets filed under C, and he says to me, Mike, no, Alice Cooper doesn't get filed under C because it's a pseudonym. His real name is Vincent Furnier, therefore it gets filed under A for Alice Cooper. And I said, Harrison,
Wow.
no. If we were talking about the original Alice Cooper band, yes, it would get filed under A, but I'm not going to separate my Alice Cooper into two sections, band and solo. Not going to do it, so it gets filed under C, the majority under C, Cooper. But no, because Elton John goes filed under E because his real name is Reginald Dwight. And I said, Harrison, are you telling me this is how you personally file your albums? And he's like, yeah, man, this is how I do it. It's a pseudonym. It gets filed under the first name. It's a pseudonym. And I said, but to remember where you filed your Elton John, you have to remember that his real name is Reginald Dwight and he uses a pseudonym. Otherwise, you'd be anyway. This is an ongoing problem.
And yet we do a band like Alter Bridge, so we do it and we do that under A. So
look at this guy.
Boy.
Look at this guy.
Oh, I have a feeling.
All these things that I need.
Record stores always file Alice Cooper under C. There you go, David. You got that. There you go. That could be a big debate show at some point. We could get a bunch.
That's what I want to do. I want to get Harrison. I want to get Harrison on with Tim Derling and us because Tim Derling is also very strongly opinionated about filing, and I disagree heartily with Mr. Harrison, but he still agrees that he's right. Now, I had a posting that I posted very early on in my record store tales, and when I opened up my first store that I managed in 1996, the boss gave instructions, very basic instructions on how to make header cards. We had a Dymo gun. Remember Dymo guns? You would dial the letter on, you would squeeze the trigger, it would advance one letter, you would have to do each letter. Okay, so he said, listen, you're making header cards for artists. Don't use the word the. If it's the Scorpions, it's Scorpions. If it's the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, it's Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. So I'm working with this rookie, and I see him making header cards, and he makes one called The. And I'm like, what's that? What's The? And he says, it's the header card that I'm making. I'm like, what band is it? And he hands me the CD. It's The. And I said, why didn't you put The? You're not supposed to put the first The. Like if it's the Scorpions, you're supposed to put Scorpions. You don't The Scorpions. You put Scorpions. So it's The. And I'm like,
but you told me not to do that when it's the.
And he actually said to me, I told him, please just make the header card the way I'm telling you. Make it the, please. That's the name of the band. They're called The. Okay, but I'm making it wrong, and I'm not gonna. If I get in trouble for making it this way, I'm throwing you under the bus. And I'm like, please do that. Please do that.
Oh, gosh,
freaking guy. And another coda to that story is, we were in an not an HMV, a Sunrise store in Kitchener before they closed, and they had, the band The Sword.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they're out of Texas. There's another band just called Sword out of Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
And they had them both filed together under Sword with no The, of course, which is right. But in this case, there should have been two. There should have been one for Sword and one that said The Sword, because they are two different bands and that's how they're differentiated. And if you were a fan of The Sword, I don't think you would like Sword. Sword is more traditional 80s fast metal, not thrash metal, but fast metal. So if you're a fan of The Sword, you might not like Sword.
Right.
And pontification from ex-record store guy. Oh, an Atlantic Radio section. Oh my God. Yes, Ash. All right. I've worn myself out. This is what is a fun show, and we did it in less than an hour, which I did not expect at all. But let's do this again. Let's follow up with the B section. Let's go through the entire CD collection at some point in the future. But first, Johnny Metal, what do you have coming up on your music corner of the world?
Well, of course, you have the Up to the Limit series on Accept that I called it, and so the next episode that you'll see on Wednesday will be Breaker. We're recording Restless and Wild this weekend, so that won't be out until the following week. So we'll have that to catch up on. I've been doing a lot of little odds and ends of stuff here. Like I just did a tribute to a Southeast wrestler who passed away just recently. He was actually able to get into the little bit of the WWE developmental, but he also did a lot of the stop motion stuff that they used for video games. Both he and his wife were behind the scenes and their bodies were used as in the stop motion part of things.
Yeah, I understand. These motion tracking to
right. So that was pretty cool. Good guy. Sad to hear the news about him passing. So I did a little tribute for him, and I've done a little odds and ends. Just I've had a little bit more time on my hands lately. I think I could help you out with that, Ashley. I'll talk about that. Yes, Davey here. I'm going up to see my mom next week, and then heading up to a town that's about an hour north of her to meet up with John the Music Nut. And Davey Cretin himself is also going to be at this show. So and I might have to talk to Butch Ballard, because I think he said he might be coming in from the west side of Pennsylvania for that show too, but I don't know about that. But anyway, but yes, Davey Cretin is also going to be there, so we'll get to meet Davey in person as well. So that'll be really good. So but yeah, this will be second time John and I will get to meet in person again. So that'll be wonderful. But yeah, getting to meet Davey in person will be a hoot as well. So that'll be wonderful. Great experience. Looking forward to that. Look forward to me on Grants Rock Warehouse Monday. I believe we're doing 1983. Some of our favorite tracks from 1983. So we've got that coming up. And then I'll Davey, I'm about 5'11", and John is a little bit shorter than me. So we'll see where we wind up standing or something for that. But anyway, hopefully once I get back from Pennsylvania, I can maybe get some stuff with Metal Roger and some of the North and South Rock and Metal Connection guys. I've been talking about doing this for too long, and it just seems like things keep coming up in some way, shape, or form. So hopefully we will get together and we'll try and get some stuff knocked out. So there you go. And then I've been on the live Wednesday Contrarian show lately. And so I'll try to be on again this week. So that ought to be an interesting show. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, follow him if you don't already. You probably do, but follow him on YouTube. Follow him on WordPress. As for me, I'm not nearly as busy as Johnny Metal. I have I'm recording with Peter Kerr tomorrow night. We're doing ELP, brain salad surgery. My copy is right over there. I see it. It's right over there. And then on also tomorrow, the 14th, yes. Look for me on Tim's Vinyl Confessions. We did a countdown episode, the top 100 songs in Canada on that date in 1974. So that's an episode that comes out tomorrow, I think 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tim's Vinyl Confessions. And then for Grab a Stack of Rock, I don't know when we'll be back for certain, but I do know the last Friday of the month, which I think is the 29th, I am doing the music of Spinal Tap, excuse me, with Marco Doria and the return of Uncle Meat. So that will be a lot of fun, especially considering Spinal Tap have a new sequel movie coming out next year. Presumably new music to go with it. But we'll be looking primarily at the 3 albums that they made. And we have to talk about the movies. So I don't know how that's going to go. There's a lot to talk about with Spinal Tap. And I also recently dug up my Spinal Tap original screenplay book, which is really cool. Yeah, so lots of stuff coming. And
you and I need to still do a Mighty Wind someday.
Yeah, we have talked about that, and it's a movie that I think is every bit as good as Spinal Tap, if not even better. just has a little bit of heart to it. A little bit of heart that is hard to what? Hang on, Davey Cretin. Did he just say wow? Wow, Cretin. And Roger is sleeping on the couch this evening.
Yeah, or a
wow,
dog
Cretin.
kennel. Wow.
Okay, hang on. This is for you. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I'll do that to you in person, Davey.
There you go. Okay, well, thank you folks for watching. Really appreciate it. Check out my music corner, especially those Accept episodes. And of course, check out Tim's Vinyl Confessions tomorrow and grab a stack of rock on the 29th for Spinal Tap. We always like to go out on a song, and I think we are going to look for something with an A in it, but I might not have anything with an A in it. So let me see. Come on. Max the Axe has an A in his name. So therefore, God's on the Radio by Max the Axe. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay cool, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Sounds good, guys. Cheese.
Bye. Fuck off.